Hey everybody, we are back again with another episode of the Nintendo Pipeline Podcast. Ooh, hang on, I just choked. I have to do that again. Hey everybody, we are back again with another episode of the Nintendo Pipeline Podcast. First off, let me introduce everybody today. With me, I have...
What Up Muffin, a.k.a. Jared.
And our special guest today is...
SuperNintendad, aka Chris Becker?
Hell yeah.
Question mark?
Do you prefer to be called Chris in the podcast? I guess that's...
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
That's good. That's easier. Cool.
Can I just call you Dad on the podcast?
No! Not that kind of podcast.
So, today is a very special episode because it is episode 49.8, aka actually episode 50 of this, which means we've been doing this for too long.
Yeah, wow, that's... I could not have imagined when we first started that this would be going on for 50 episodes. Like, we've had some hosts come and go, but
yeah,
I mean, me and Clay have been here since the friggin' beginning, and I mean,
Lord.
Thank you to every other host and guest that's ever been on. Like, like our hosts that come back from time to time, like Raccoon and
Yes.
Mina, and literally everybody else, especially James and Ness for editing everything, and everyone for listening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you were our editor for a bit too, so shout out to you for suffering through that.
Raccoon did a few episodes too.
Raccoon did as well, yeah. So a lot of people. We had everybody from Nintendad to Poochie to Gartooth to we had Nick from Xbox Era.
Splendor,
Did
Tender,
have Splendor. Yeah, Splendor and Tender, yeah.
all the Enders you could want.
Mina a lot. And last week we had Zalman, so
And
hopefully...
if we didn't mention your name,
Yeah.
Skipper. I know Skipper was there.
Skipper was
We have a
on
lot.
there.
We can't thank every single guest, but we
can't.
We
Yeah.
try our best.
If we forgot your name, sorry, we forgot
Yeah.
you. But yeah, it's been cool. We started with that big combo episode. I remember we said that we were gonna do the first episode and be like, oh, it'll be fine. We'll do it in like 30 to 45 minutes, and like we recorded like an hour and a half, and we're like, oh, okay, maybe not. And was that first episode direct related as well?
It was half direct and half
Right.
Mario 3D. Mario 3D World / Bowser's Inside.
Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, Bowser's Fury. Was it
Yeah.
direct or was it just Bowser's? It was a lot of stuff.
It was mostly Bowser's Fury. That was like the bulk of it.
But there was some direct.
Yeah, there was like
news.
There was like news, Bowser's Fury, and like leak rumor stuff.
Yeah. So the 50 felt like a direct episode felt like a great one for 50, just because.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's pretty core to the current Nintendo base, and it's been for a while. The people love that.
Yeah, we were trying to
love
figure
that
out what
stuff.
to do for the 50th and threw a bunch of ideas around, and those will probably end up being a thing at some point too, just not today, because today, even though we don't have E3, we do have a Nintendo Direct probably almost definitely coming.
Yeah, like if we'll look like fools if it doesn't happen, but it's that's fine.
There was a leak earlier that suggests it may be coming on the 15th. We'll see if that plays out, but
it makes sense.
Now is probably the best time before the whole Summer Games mess and everything starts up. So I guess without further ado, we've got Super Nintendad here, and we are going to talk about what we're hoping or expecting to see at this quote-unquote E3 Direct. As of right now, we know stuff all the way through September, kind of. Strikers is finally out next week, or this week, or whatever. And we've got Xenoblade 3 and Splatoon 3 coming, and Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 3 Hopes.
Okay. 3 Hopes. But there's still more, because there's always more, and we always obsess over what's coming next and don't play what we have. So Uh, I guess we could start with you, Nintendad. Is there like one big thing that you're really hoping for at this direct?
One big thing.
Yeah.
If I were to have one big thing that I want here, it would probably be, oof, jeez.
I'm there with you.
I can go first. And we can come back to you if you want to think about it a little more.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, mine is probably the same I had last time. It's still DK EPD.
Yes.
If that rumor was real, I would love that a lot. I love Donkey Kong. I love the EPD group.
Yeah. I mean,
that would be sick AF.
Yeah, I think for me, a new Donkey Kong Country, a new 2D Mario, or a new Star Fox is always going to do it for me. The last one's predictable, I know. This is like big dreams, right? Not realistic dreams, just big dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got something?
If I were to have a big dream game, it would probably be something like a Chibi Robo remake.
Would love that. Get Blue Point in here. Remake Chibi Robo.
Oh God, Blue Point.
Get Grezzo in here and have him give us Doshin the Giant.
Yes, I've never played Doshin. I want to try it.
I never ended up playing Doshin either. That game has such a weird history to how it ended up actually getting released.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for Chibi Robo remake. I will always say I'll prefer a sequel over anything, but
me too.
I'm
but
down.
I would
I'm
take
down.
anything.
Yeah, basically.
Every sequel they've had for Chibi Robo or any new additional game of Chibi Robo has pretty much been terrible. Like you're just running around cleaning up the park, which wasn't as good. It was much better when there was hints at a divorce and there was just all sorts of crazy stuff happening in that first game. And the father, I believe he was an alcoholic, they hinted at. It was a lot darker than you would think for a little robot that goes around and cleans the house with a toothbrush.
And it's funny too. It is a funny ass game.
Yeah, I know that one of the DS Chibi Robo that did not hit worldwide, I heard was pretty solid. Source Raccoon. But it's funny. I actually played a lot of Ziplash, and I don't hate that game. It's just kind of aggressively mediocre. Like it's just kind of whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be down for that.
I'm glad it brought us the amiibo. I mean,
yeah, I love that.
What else can you ask for?
Yeah, I do have the amiibo, but I have no interest in playing the game.
I'm still upset that I don't have the QB one. I want.
Yeah, me too.
It's just a fucking box.
They should reprint
a fucking box with eyes.
Yeah.
I want it.
Oh, I want to rewind to Mario for a second because I actually would have strongly guessed 2D Mario if the Mario movie was going to happen, but with that delay of the movie, I'm less expecting a Mario now. Because I do think they want to get a game out around when the movie comes out. I think that would make a lot of sense for them.
I know they've said that they're not going to like go crazy in terms of like, forcing something to come out around the movie, but I'm sure that if possible they would want something to release near or alongside the movie. Maybe 3D Mario. I don't know.
For the Mario, I still think we would see like some Mario movie skins for Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh.
What is it? The Hope.
Oh, that makes sense.
I forgot that the game existed.
Did that game get delayed to 2023?
No. It has not been. No, it's still listed as 2022.
Okay. Yeah, they said fall, I think.
Okay.
And I know some listings popped up for October, which, you never know how reliable those are.
Yeah,
but
that game looks good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a few minutes of that here.
Yeah, I haven't played the first one yet. I'll get to it eventually.
I mean, do you like XCOM?
I don't really play those kinds of games.
I don't think you'd like it.
See, it looks like something that I could enjoy because depending on what kind of strategy game or how the strategy game is, I actually like them.
Oh, I meant
But
the first one, not this new one.
yeah, I haven't played.
I don't think you'd
the
like
first
it
one.
if you don't like
Yeah.
XCOM.
I mean, I don't really have an opinion on XCOM.
Oh,
I've
okay,
mostly just like
gotcha.
I've watched people play it. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't typically play those kinds
That
of
makes
games because
sense.
they're not
Okay.
typically my thing.
Yeah.
Um, but so I guess we can talk. Now that we got our big dreams out of the way, we can talk about some of the things that we might be expecting to see. And I guess the first, like the kind of the elephant in the room right now is the long rumored and talked about Metroid Prime One remake slash remaster. Um, Emily talked a bit about this one. Kind of explains some of the like weird info that was going around about Prime Trilogy for a while there. But to summarize, the idea is that it's a pretty quote unquote ambitious remake slash remaster of Metroid Prime One, mostly in the graphical department, and that Retro has been working on it since before they were assigned Prime Four. Um, and that it's being released to sort of coincide with Metroid Prime's 20th anniversary, which is scarily this year.
Oh my, that's 20 years old.
It's 20 years old, baby.
Mm.
So I was curious what you guys thought about this. Like, is this something that you'd be interested in? Like,
Nintendad, do you want to go first on this one, Chris?
Sure, yeah. I would be interested. I can just imagine the first thing most people would want to do in the remake when you first start off is just hold down your blaster, shoot it against something close to you so you see the reflection
oh yeah,
of her in the mask. But yeah, if I could play through the first game again with good controls,
mm-hmm.
or just being able to play it on a modern system would be great. So, yeah, I'd totally be down. And a lot of these like older games when they come out, obviously 20 years ago, my kids weren't born, but so my oldest is 13 and he would get to play it, and I'm just excited for them to get to play it and try it out and hear what they think about the games and how it would compare to how I felt when it first came out.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah. I mean, I know One Up and I are not fathers, but like as like I feel like as a father, that's probably a very like interesting sort of experience to have with your
And
kids.
it's something I didn't think about because, like, obviously, like, it's more geared towards a new generation because there's so many people that had Switch that didn't have GameCube or weren't even around when GameCube was around. But for
Yeah.
me, as someone who did have a GameCube and played Prime, this rumor is a little flaccid for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it could change if I see it. I just don't know if I want to play that same game again. Obviously, I still need to go back and finish it, but I'd rather finish. I'd rather finish my GameCube save than start it again on Switch.
Yeah.
I imagine this is sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I imagine this is like for the new crew at Retro to get in the right mindset to make the new Metroid Prime, and it's just putting a new skin, almost like Blue Point did
Yeah.
with like
Sh-
Demon Souls and
Shadow of the
the other
Colossus.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think there's merit in
it,
that. Like, I really
Yeah.
do. And even though something might not be for me, it doesn't mean it shouldn't exist and that people won't, like, love this if they do
Yeah.
it well.
I think it's funny that we've gotten 15 minutes in this podcast, not even, and we've already mentioned Blue Point twice.
We love Blue
well,
Point at Nintendo Pipeline Podcast.
I know for me, so like, the controls of the GameCube one were a little rough for me. Like, they weren't bad. Like, I could not do dual analog, so I'm thankful that that was not the approach to the GameCube version. But the perfected version of this game for me is the Prime Trilogy version due to the pointer.
I need to try that. I have that on Wii U and I have not even launched it.
And like those versions are very playable for me. But I will say, it'll be very cool if Prime One gets both dual analog and gyro
Yeah.
controls.
I think that's likely. If
I think that's pretty likely. Yeah.
yeah.
And who knows? Visually, it'll probably be pretty cool. I know Trilogy removed some of the effects, when you like shoot a bunch of beams out of Samus's arm cannon. There would be like that effect where it was like the heat like distortion in the air, and that got removed in Trilogy. Be nice to see some of that stuff like make it back.
That would be awesome.
I don't know if new content is on the table, but even if they had some sort of like, gallery mode or something as a little celebration of the original game, some of the artwork or whatever, that would be cool. And I think it's nice that Metroid gets to get something else.
Yeah, and I think this is a chance for Prime to be even bigger than it was. I have two small things. The first one is relating to your last thing. I think if they had like a little bit of like cutting room floor content in this game, like, oh, there was this one thing we wanted to get into Prime 1 that didn't happen, and we got it in here. That would be awesome. And the second is, there's a lot of remakes coming up this year and next year of 3 games that I kind of... They weren't released at the exact same time, but I relate them very closely to one another. And that's Metroid Prime, Resident Evil 4, and Dead Space.
Yes.
Like, those, like, dark, atmospheric shooters all coming out within, like, a year or two is going to introduce so many new fans to these fantastic games. And that's great to see.
Yeah. I know I personally am of the opinion that Metroid Prime doesn't really need a remake, but like if we're going to get one, then like I'm not opposed to it like existing or whatever. Especially since Prime 4 is a while.
Right. But how do you think it will sell compared to Dread?
Better. Definitely better.
I'm going to say comparably.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be a little conservative on this one. Granted, Metroid Prime, the original, up until Dread, was the best-selling Metroid game. I'm sure it will do well for itself, and I'm sure
that's why I say better.
Yeah, the pent-up demand for Prime 4, I think, will also factor in there. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm just glad to see more Metroid content. We had Dread last year. We potentially have Prime 1 coming this year. Prime 4 is coming up at some point. Who knows? Maybe next year. And hopefully we'll be seeing another 2D Metroid on Switch before they move to a new platform. That would be extremely cool, I think.
I wonder if they'll... I know it's something people hate to hear, but I do wonder if they'll have Mercury Steam remake Super Metroid.
God, I hope not.
I
still feel very strongly that like remaking Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion are like 2 of the most pointless games to remake. There's nothing particularly wrong with them outside of Super Metroid's kind of awkward control scheme. Like, but yeah. Anyway, so there's that. There's also we're going to be seeing some Splatoon 3 stuff at this Direct, for sure. So, I guess I'll ask you first, what do you want to see from Splatoon 3? What would make you excited for that game? Because I know, so far, they haven't shown too much new. So, everyone's kind of wondering.
It's funny, I'm of two minds. On one hand, I'm very disappointed with what they showed, but on the other hand, I'm still interested in a new Splatoon. But I just want to see something new. And obviously, like, if you talk to like hardcore fans, they'll say, "Oh my God, there's so many new things." Like,
and there are
these new moves. But like, as a casual fan, I want like a new mode or something, a new mode or a changed up single player or a new way to play games with your friends. Something that really differentiates this one from 2, besides just the desert style.
Right. What about you, Nintendad?
Yeah, I want a new, like, so I played it a lot, both the first one and the second one. I want a new way to unlock weapons, because one thing that I don't like is, well, first of all, they don't have cloud save.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've lost like a lot of hours in the game because I've had issues. My son one time spilled like an entire ice cream sundae on my Switch,
No.
and then it stopped working, and so I lost my save, and then I had to start over, and I was already level like 50 or 60. So the one thing I don't like is what I feel are the better weapons are they're only they only give you if you spend like 30, 40 hours with the game.
Right.
And it's like, give me those weapons up front and let me, like, whether it's put stickers on the gun or something to let people know I've been playing for that long, but don't make me play for that long before I'm rewarded with the gun that's been killing me for the last 30 hours.
Yeah.
Or even like a currency system where you can just like choose which guns to buy, and then
Right.
Yeah, because like as it is right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, weapons show up at the shop and you buy them, but you can only buy them when you're at a certain level.
Correct.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very frustrating at times, especially with how long it can take to level up. And that also goes to me for the getting access to ranked.
Yep.
The first, I really like Turf War. Like Turf War is still my favorite way to play that game, but the first game it was fine to wait until level 10. It didn't feel as tedious because it was very new. But the second game you have to get to level 10 again to reach the ranked modes, which include previous ranked modes like splat zones and whatnot. And it felt like an eternity before I was allowed to play ranked mode. So I don't know if maybe the answer is like maybe the ranked modes don't need to be just specifically ranked, like they can have unranked versions.
I would love that.
I would love that
because they're fun modes, and I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes I'm just like not in the mood to play ranked, but I want to play non-turf wars.
Yeah, and I also feel like it could be fun to have a ranked version of Turf War 2. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
I think I'd like to have ranked and unranked versions of modes where you can play any of them at any time, and then like once you're at a certain level, you can access the ranked versions.
Yeah, I think they have enough. They have a high enough player count in Splatoon to have a few more multiplayer hoppers than they do.
Yeah, I am really happy for Salmon Run coming back. That was my favorite new feature.
That was a lot of fun.
Of Splatoon 2. I mostly just want big single player stuff.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite stuff in Splatoon.
I hope
at the end
Salmon
of the
Run
day.
isn't limited time anymore either.
That would be nice.
I hope you can just do it whenever.
Yeah, I hope they like. I don't know. I'd love to see them like maybe go for something bigger with Salmon Run, or like, you know, kind of beef up some of the other parts of the game, especially after like the DLC Octo expansion single player content, which is very very good.
Do you know what would be cool? You were saying like a bigger Salmon Run thing. It would be cool if Salmon Run was related to some sort of like meta game, kind of like I don't know. This is probably not the right audience, but I'm thinking of like the Last of Us factions mode, where like winning rounds of Salmon Run can like help, like I don't know, feed your salmon colony or something, or maybe you're trying to take over like a giant map, and like as the community beats more levels, they take over. Like we take back the land from the salmon or something.
Yeah, it could be fun to have. The thing with Salmon Run, the last game, is that it's very fun, and you do get gear and like relevant rewards from it, but it's somewhat isolated from the rest of the game. And I think it would be fun if it kind of tied back a little bit more into the main game. Maybe you like defeating more salmonids like transforms the hub or something. I don't know. Even something like that, I think would be fun. But yeah, I'm hoping they show something that is like exciting for Splatoon 3, because although I appreciate a lot of the like smaller quality of life stuff that they've shown, it's not like that's not what I'm looking for at this moment.
Same.
So let's see here. We had Splatoon 3. We have Xenoblade Chronicles coming out soon. I'm sure they will,
Yeah,
you know,
they'll do a
spend
few
a
minutes
little
on
bit of
that one.
time on that. I'm not super into. Everyone knows I hate RPGs. So I guess if there's anything that you guys want to talk about with Xenoblade, feel free to take the floor.
I see the floor.
Oh, you see the floor. Okay. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, this is definitely a game I'm interested in. I played the first
Mm-hmm.
two, and maybe like 20, 30 hours of each, but it's like they're just so
Yeah.
big. There's just so much to do, and my problem is it's not the game's problem. It's my problem that where it's like I play so many games um, that it's like hard to stay focused on just one. Plus, Live Alive is coming
Yes. I
out
forgot that entirely.
the week before. And so it's like I'm trying to do. I don't know if it's going to be one story a week or one story a month, but I'm working on it for Live Alive. But then just those videos, it's like I don't even want to see anymore because it's all just might as well just be gibberish because I don't care about like the story. Well, I'm probably gonna skip the story. A lot of the times, what I do, people love this. Most games I play, I skip
Hell
the
yeah.
cutscenes. I don't care what it is, and it sometimes it backfires. And they're looking at a starry night, and then you skip it, and then all of a sudden there's fire all around you. Everyone's dead. You're not sure what's going on, and you just kind of figure it out. The worst, I think the reason I started doing that was when I was around the PS1 and the GameCube. I don't know. I guess PS1. I would started importing games, so I imported like Metal Gear Solid, Final
Oh
Fantasy
yeah.
VII, um, and so I had no idea what was going on. So I would just skip everything, and then I realized, oh, I can get into the games much quicker if I just skip all these slow, boring cutscenes. But there's a few games where I will pay attention to the story, as long as they hook me right away and it's something I'm
Right.
interested in. I'll watch them. But if it's just like two people droning on about who knows what, I'm probably gonna skip it. But the watching those gameplay videos where there's like I don't even know how many people you have in your party, like
Yeah.
6 or 8, and they're just all shouting their calls out at the same time, and it's just like, sure, I'll play it. I'm gonna get it, obviously, but digitally, I'm not gonna try and get on.
I was gonna
my
ask.
Nintendo to buy it.
For anyone who's listening,
Yeah.
today is the day of the My Nintendo store availability of the Xenoblade 3 Collector's Edition. That was a dumpster fire. So we're going off that energy right now.
Right, yeah. But I'm definitely going to be getting it. I just don't think I'm going to roll the credits, but I'll probably look up the ending on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, those games are, like you said, they're enormous. Overwhelmingly so for me. I love short stuff.
I like the Xenoblade games. The worlds look so pretty, and I would love to explore them. But I don't know if I have the time, and people are telling me they're like, oh, you can't just start with 3, you have to play all of them. I'm like, I'm not gonna play all of them.
No.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
I'll watch the cliff notes or read the cliff notes.
Yeah. I'll watch that YouTube video that's titled Xenoblade in 9 minutes or whatever it is.
They did what in Xenoblade 2?
I gotta turn my air up one
Yeah.
second because the air conditioner's really loud. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. But yeah, the just Xenoblade itself, I really like that style RPG. Like it's more action RPG. It's definitely something.
I'm
Yeah.
with that.
It does have a unique combat system, which I think is neat. I still can't wrap my head around it, but it's neat.
Yeah, it looks more like MMO like ish.
Yeah,
a little bit. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't played it, but
so okay, I want to do a bit of a lightning round real quick for a couple of smaller things here. I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, and you can tell me your answer and maybe like a short thing about it, all right? So, round one. Mario Strikers Battle League is out this week, and we may see a teaser of upcoming content in the Direct. What is a character that you want to see added? One up. Lightning round.
Oh, I'm just super not invested in like Mario character things. Let's say, they already got Mario. That's
my god. Okay, Nintendad. Who do you want?
Dr.
Ooh,
Egad.
That's a fun one. I can't believe One Up didn't say Daisy. I'm very disappointed.
I don't like Daisy. Why would I say Daisy?
That's why I'm disappointed.
I wanted to
Pauline.
I was actually gonna say anybody but Daisy, just to spite people. Pauline would be cool.
All right,
and I'm sorry to the Daisy people. I have nothing actually against Daisy.
Round two. We know that golf is coming to Switch Sports. What is a sport that you would like to see added, regardless of data mine stuff?
Bocce ball.
That was fast.
Oh, because it was so fun in PlayStation Sports.
Oh yeah, Nintendad.
Yeah. Well, I want that data mined one, which was
dodgeball and basketball were the rumors.
I think that would be fun.
Dodgeball seems so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this one out there. I think I've mentioned this a few times before, but I honestly really want cornhole in Switch Sports. I think it's just like the perfect game for that.
I feel like it doesn't fit. Like I do think it's fun, and like I would love like cornhole and skee ball and stuff, but it's not like a sport in the traditional sense.
I mean, it's fine. You know, like the game takes place in like this big uppity like sports fitness center for rich people anyway, and rich people will play.
I think if you have cornhole, just throw a skee ball in there as well. Just make it a little mini arcade in the back of Spago Square.
Perfect. Yeah, arcade sports.
Yeah, or even like one of those arcadey basketball games too. If you're adding basketball already,
yeah,
why not?
The hoops.
Oh yeah. If we have cornhole, I want like Dr. Phil in the barbecuing while we're throwing the sacks
sports
back
mates
and
are
forth.
doing a barbecue in the background.
Yeah.
All right, round three, final round. This one's kind of a a fun one that may not happen. But if they were to do a free DLC update for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, what would you want to see?
I think a somewhat likely one is like more challenge levels.
Like the Treasure Road stuff?
Yeah, I could imagine them doing like more Treasure Road things.
Okay.
I want at least one more mouthful, and I would want him to remember the lands.
Oh, god damn it. I was like, what is he talking about? I was like, oh, Jesus.
I would love to revisit a few classic locations. If we're just going to get a little ambitious. More expansiony than like free, but like... I think for Kirby's first game in 3D, it was cool seeing a new location, but I'd love to see some traditional Kirby places in 3D.
Maybe like a little like let's go to Popstar mini expansion.
That would be cute.
Mine is very small. The one I'm going to throw out of there is very small, and that is I just want to be able to play as Bandana D in single player. That is, he has a unique power that upgrades over the course of the game, and you can only play as him in 2-player. And I thought for sure that once you beat the game, the post-game mode would let you play as Bandana D, or you'd get the ability to use Bandana D, and you don't. He just chills there forever.
They would have to modify the game though, because certain things require certain power-ups and certain mouthful modes.
Sure, but like,
it would be cool though.
Yeah, I'd still like to like experience, even if like you can't do some of the stuff with him, and it's like a post game little like bonus thing, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, that was the end of the very not fast lightning round. So one other category I want to touch on, and this may or may not show up at the Direct, but everyone is going to talk about it anyway, and that is Nintendo Switch Online. I know some people want to see additional systems, additional games show up. Do you guys have any predictions for if that's going to show up at this?
Not predictions, but I would... Y'all know this. I want to see Game Boy.
Yep.
I would love that. Maybe even in whatever tier it's in. I just want to play Revenge of the Gator and Solar Striker on my Switch. That's all I want in life.
I love that you said Solar Striker because I have such a soft spot for Solar Striker.
It's pretty good.
It's a video game. I always wanted a sequel to that game. What about you, Nintendad? What are you expecting? Or not expecting?
I'm expecting at least, what is it? The second batch of Mario Kart.
Oh, yes.
Courses.
Yeah, I can't believe I completely forgot about that somehow. Yeah, Wave 2, the booster pass.
Oh yeah, that's 100% going to be here.
Do you...
And maybe some more N64 games.
Yeah,
Since
they're almost done their
announced
lineup, and they're almost done with every N64 game ever because there's only like 10.
Well, they got Quest 64. They could still
my nightmare. Yeah, okay. Real quick then, what are some N64 games you guys would want to see added?
Mario Party 3.
Yeah, saw that one coming.
Excite Bike 64.
That would be good. I would love Wave Race as well. Oh.
Yeah, Wave Race.
Pilot Wing 64 is
I would even take...
Pilot Wing 64 is alright.
Yeah. I would also take 1080p snowboarding.
Oh, Snowboard Kids 2. Classic.
Yes, Snowboard Kids 2. I'd take that as
some
well.
Some of the Bomberman stuff
yeah,
would be nice to see.
Hero is so fun.
I know it would probably never come, but like Earthbound 64 demo that came to Space World.
I'll
just
throw out
Space
World 1995 Mario 64 demo as well for fun.
Yeah. Forest.
That would be so much work, but I would love if they translated Animal Forest for us.
It would be Japan only, and we would
Hell
get
yeah. I'd be down. One that I also don't think will ever make it is Robotron 64. That game is very cool.
They should translate Custom Robo as well.
Oh yeah,
that would be nice to see Custom Robo released in the West. Again, for once. And then the Mario Kart courses.
Yeah.
Is there any course that you guys want to see in this next? Because I mean, everyone's trying to figure out what's going to show up and when.
Wario Shipyard.
Yeah,
Waluigi Pinball.
Yeah, Waluigi Pinball. I hope they don't just save it for last.
Yeah. See, it's funny. So according to like the the data mine stuff, there may not be many 3DS courses left, but most of the courses that I want are 3DS courses, such as 3DS Bowser's Castle and 3DS Rainbow Road. Those are probably the two I want the most. So if any of those show up at some point, I'd be pretty happy.
It sucks that half pipes still aren't in the game.
Yeah.
It hurts a few courses.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see if Koopa Cape keeps them, if it makes it. Which I think it seems. I can't remember what that community has like 10 million different. Like, it's so deep in terms of like their speculation for content. What do you guys actually expect to see this E3? Like let's talk like actual predictions instead of hopes for a minute. I guess we'll start with you, Nintendad. What do you think will likely be showing up?
Neon
yes.
white.
Wonder why.
Yeah, well, I don't know where I got that idea, but yeah, no, I think there will be some. They might even have something like Fall Guys. Announce
Mhm.
something about Fall Guys, whether it be. I'm still torn. I don't. I feel like if they would do a crossover, they would have done it with like Samus when Master Chief and Kratos came to
Oh yeah.
Fortnite.
Could it shadow
So
drop? Like, is that on Switch yet? I don't even know.
Uh,
Oh, so
it's
yeah.
announced for
not a
the
shadow drop.
21st.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, I th- I think what some other things we would get might be, um, jeez, there's a bunch of like indie games that they've been talking about. Like we could get something like Ooblets or not obviously not Hollow Knight, but what's the there's like that
Oh,
card game
Inscription.
that was on
Yeah.
Oh, that
Inscription.
game is
I
so
could see
good.
that being a game announced for the Switch, and then a one that I would like to see, but I don't know if we actually will, is something
Yeah.
from Grezzo, like their next game after Metopia. And if it is a DS game, or a 3DS game rather, if it is something from the 3DS, I hope it's not a game like I don't know. I just hope it's something good. I'll even take their Ever Oasis game.
So you're
It
saying you
probably
want them
didn't
to
sell
port the
very well.
3DS port of Luigi's Mansion to Switch?
Yes. I mean, we can only
Man.
hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that I was thinking of in terms of stuff that might finally show up there is, I think if there's any chance that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are actually coming.
That was the first thing on my list too.
Yeah, that would be.
I think it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Especially with Breath of the Wild delay. Like there's been a
Yeah.
Zelda thing every year for
Yeah.
a very long time.
I'm certainly comfortable with like there's going to be a Zelda title there because they see Zelda as a yearly series.
It could be crossbow training too, but
Dude, I would welcome that with open arms.
I think Wind Waker's a little more likely.
Yeah.
Man, wish this were my universe. I would make it Link's crossbow training too.
A wild card is always picking for. It's been ready for the last 10 years, so they can just release it whenever.
Yeah, it's definitely there is also what supposedly there's a few Fire Emblem titles.
Yeah, I had that
in
as a
development.
maybe on my list. I could see that.
Could see maybe the rumored remake one
Yeah.
showing up.
Is that supposed to come out this
It's
year or
just kind
rumored
of
to come out
rumored
this
for
year?
like that they're coming like soonish. So I know speculation was like maybe one would come at the end of this year and then one would come the following year, but
I could see it, but this year is so busy already.
it is very
knows?
busy.
Do you think we'll see 3-4 Switch there?
Yeah.
No, they won't do it at E3.
You think
I don't
like
think they'll do it
I
at
think
E3.
that like they should put that game back in the vault for a year
Yeah,
if it's as bad as they say, because it sounds like a boring Jackbox clone,
Yeah,
and that's not what I
maybe
want from a Nintendo game.
maybe if the I think the Fanbyte article mentioned that there were some internal opinions that maybe it should be thrown on expansion pass as a
Yeah,
free thing.
that's a good idea.
I would be fine with that outcome actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if that's the case, I think they
Yeah,
just-
if they're that ashamed of it, it probably wouldn't show up at a direct.
It's not the kind of announcement that you would have
Yeah.
at a direct. They've never really done that with their titles. outside of Switch Sports, honestly, that's kind of that has such universal, appeal that it fits right in there.
I
Oh yeah,
don't
Advance
know.
Wars again?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we
so
finally get a
too.
date for that. I hope it's like this year still.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll end up in December again.
Or it'll come out like the same day as Splatoon, and they'll just kind of
Comes
like
out to
bury it in
die.
there.
Yeah, that would suck. Man,
I
like
would love.
last.
Oh, go on.
I was
But
to say
I do
last
have
year.
one more thing.
Last year we got like Metroid, 2D Metroid. We got WarioWare. We got Advance Wars. Like it was kind of a wild.
It was
one.
the E3 of Dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your last one?
Oh, I mean, if we're talking the E3 of Dreams again, a Rhythm Heaven would be cool. But also,
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
did I lose it? Did I lose what I was gonna say?
You didn't lose Rhythm Heaven. That was the important part. That's what.
Oh, yeah. A
Yeah.
new
I
eShop
never
game.
lost it. It's always in your
They
life.
haven't had a new small eShop game in a while. Something like Good Job or Stretchers.
Yeah, I'd like to see another one of those. It's been a while.
Who was the team that made Snipper Clips?
Phew,
It was just a small.
yeah.
Have
I
they
forget
done
their
anything
name.
since then?
I think they worked on what was that game? I want to say Tangle Tower was their next game.
Oh.
I
Yeah, they did Tangle Tower, and then they just released Tangle Tower a few months ago, maybe the beginning of the year, I think, on the Xbox. So I don't know what that studio's doing next. That was like originally launched, I think, on
that's
Apple Arcade.
give me Choo Choo Rocket Universe.
What about? Oh yeah, that would be great. What about in terms of shadow drops? Do you think they'll have more than
I thought you were gonna say something else.
3?
I could see around 3. That seems about like the right number. I'm curious if they'll shadow. I thought they might shadow drop that Fire Emblem demo, but they didn't. So
Game Boy
Yeah, I
would
thought
be
that
good
was
shadow
going to be
drop.
part of that.
yeah, Game Boy NSO.
Game Boy would be, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm still mad that they did Genesis before Game
Third
Boy.
party.
That just makes me. It just peeves me out.
Get Ventuses. What were you gonna say, Chris?
What about the like third-party games? Sometimes we'll get random third-party games, like the Skyrim Anniversary Edition just got rated in Korea or something.
Yeah.
And that adds like
Yeah.
fishing and stuff. So do you think that'll be here at this direct, or do you think that'll just be something announced
I could see that a direct thing.
like
Yeah, I could
later
see it there.
or
I
in
could definitely see
September?
it there. I don't know about shadow dropping. I can see GoldenEye shadow
Oh, no.
dropping.
Yeah.
That would be a prime.
Though there's no way GoldenEye's going to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, I
imagine
guess it kind of
Microsoft wants
depends,
to
right?
announce
So Microsoft's first. So
Yeah.
Microsoft's
So, I mean-
gonna probably announce that GoldenEye thing this.
Yeah.
Do you know? It would be awesome if
Sunday.
along with this GoldenEye, which is like a remaster of the 64 game, right? Like this is pretty similar to the Perfect Dark one.
Yep.
It would be awesome if they brought over the Xbox Live Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark games to Switch.
Oh yeah, for purchase.
So those
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah.
If they do that,
Just give
give
me a
us
rare
a Viva
replay.
Pinata. I
How
mean,
about
why
that?
stop there?
Yeah, just throw rare
Conker's Bad
replay
Fur
would be
Day.
an
Yeah,
amazing
bring that
choice
out.
for Switch.
I want them to put. This is not a Nintendo thing, but I want Microsoft. They're never going to do it at this point, but I would love if they put the arcade versions of Killer Instinct 1 and 2 on PC that come with Killer Instinct Ultimate on Xbox One, because those are locked to console right now.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that rumor that Bandai or Namco, right, is working
Oh,
on
Oh,
that's
the
cool.
Killer
I
Instinct
did not
from
hear that rumor.
Microsoft,
That's
so
interesting.
we'll see.
Yeah, that was one. I forgot about that rumor.
I thought Battletoads, the new Battletoad games, would have been a good game to release on the
I could see it still
Switch.
happening. They didn't seem to review that well though. People didn't seem super enthused about them.
Kind of just came and went.
No, it
didn't. Sad.
Yeah, I think people were more excited about him wearing the shirt, the Battletoads shirt, than the actual Battletoad game.
I would like to see Battletoads Arcade make it over to Switch. I want to own that game, and it's part of Rare Replay, of course, but I love that game.
I'm gonna say I think we'll get a day one cloud version of Gotham Knights.
Oh man, the dreaded cloud versions.
I could see
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So day one Gotham Knights cloud version. Do you guys expect any other cloud version Switch stuff?
What else is this year?
It's like what I'm like trying to think of.
I could see RE8 cloud
Saints
version
Row?
coming.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because that's coming to freaking MacBook, so I could see it coming to cloud version on Switch. Sure.
Right. Yeah.
I know there was talks about a supposed Batman collection. I'm curious if they would go the cloud route, at least on Arkham Knight. I'm still sad for Kingdom Hearts fans about that whole situation. That sucks real bad.
I mean, I got it. Well, I played quite a bit on the cloud. I don't know what it did to my data caps, but
does it
by
run
golly, I
well?
played it. As long as you don't play it at peak hours. If you try and play it like at peak hours, it's just like old like 90s movies showing the internet. Like it's just like, it was not good. It was like being on IGN64.com back in the day. Trying to download
really not selling me on cloud
stamp size
versions.
screenshots. Yeah, it was great. As long as you play it around 11 in the morning on a Tuesday.
When I always play my video games.
It runs really well. Yeah, the best time to play Kingdom Hearts cloud version. That was in the top charts, digital charts, the first week it came out, and it has never come back.
When you go to download those cloud versions, are the downloads free and then you pay in game, or is it?
You download, and then I don't think you can buy it until you pay or until you play for the 10-minute demo.
That makes sense.
Just to make sure it runs.
So
I actually have more cloud versions than you would think. I have Hitman, and I also got what's the other one?
I forgot about that.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I got the cloud version of that, and it plays pretty well. The same thing with Control.
That's
has
so
ray
weird.
tracing.
Finally, ray tracing on Switch.
Yeah. So I'm ready for Cyberpunk Cloud Edition.
Man, it's a long shot, but I would still love like something like Oblivion or the old Fallout 3 or New Vegas on Switch. That would be cool.
Yeah. I think that would be nice for people. I think
extremely unlikely.
Yeah, I feel like plenty of people would pick those up.
Yeah.
If they were to show up.
Oh yeah, and I think there was a rumor about a Call of Duty game or something.
There's always that rumor, and there's always disappointment. But it would be nice for people who like Call of Duty.
Man, I hope they can get multiverses working on Switch, because that would be a great fit.
Yeah, that is such a weird game to not have a Switch version.
So,
yeah. I played the alpha on the Series S, and it would crash if you go back and forth between too many menus. It would be like
I wonder if that was just a Series
overload,
S thing.
and the
'Cause
game just
I
crashed.
did not have any crashes on the Series X, and I thought the demo was really fun, actually. or the alpha.
Oh yeah, playing the game itself is fun.
Oh, that
For
sucks.
me, it was just going through the menus.
I did
that
not
would
get
chug.
into the alpha because I'm not cool. So,
but
um,
I paid $5.
Oh my God.
I paid someone $5. I could have got it for free because my buddy was like, "Do you want a code?" And I was like, "I just paid this guy on Reset Era $5 to give me a code," and you know, it is what it is. But yeah, hey, I got to play it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It's surprisingly
And
good. Obviously, this is
in
not really the podcast, but yeah, it's the 2v2 mode is surprisingly fun, and it's very different from Smash.
It looked very cool and very unique, yeah, and the characters looked like they had a lot of personality. And
yeah, the banter they have is sometimes actually like I find it entertaining. I think Bugs Bunny calling Westeros Worsteros is good stuff.
I hope that we see that at E3. Maybe a little free to play segment since Bomberman Online is dying.
Oh yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
That's the few times I played that game, I thought it was fun.
That's like the one I didn't want to die.
Yeah. They should close that game and then replace it with Bomberman 99 for NSO.
Hell yeah. Dude, I would play
with retro graphics though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd play the absolute shit out of Bomberman 99.
It'd be so much fun. It's time for a new 99 game.
I agree. Which one is it going to be?
Yeah.
Oh,
I completely
I had
forgot about
so much fun
Pac-Man
with that
99.
game.
But it has no progression whatsoever.
Yeah, it needed a little more, but it was so fun.
Like, even if they had events like Tetris 99.
Yeah, it should have had events. It's a tragedy. Yeah. And I bought
Instead,
all of
they had
it.
DLC to buy skins.
I didn't buy it, but I did get all of the free
So did I, yeah.
DLC. And I don't know if it's still on, but they had that sale recently where all the DLC was 50% off.
Oh yeah. Let's get Dig Dug 99.
Pac-Man's birthday, I think.
I'm down. I'm down.
Grobda 99.
Yeah. I'd be down
Let's
for Dig
get
Dug 99.
Tetris the Grandmaster finally.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I know Rico wants to do it. I'd love to see it. But yeah. I would like
99.
Let me think. Hang on, I gotta pick one too.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, this is an easy one. So I this one is like an obvious one, but I'd still play the absolute shit out of it, and that is Panel de Pon 99.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
I'm down if they want to continue to add a 99 game every year. I am very down for it. We haven't gotten one yet this year. Give it to me.
I would be so happy.
Right, I'd even take online
for
Swords if they want to give it to us for the.
I wouldn't mind trying
NSO
with Street Fighter 6 coming out. Like, imagine if they did like a Street Fighter 99. That'd be pretty cool.
If they did a Street Fighter 6 cloud version, I'm kind of curious if they would attempt that.
Oh, a cloud version? I could see that happening. Oh, though, like, it is cloud version.
I mean, yeah, it is
Fighter.
Engine. I'd rather it not be, and I wouldn't buy it if it was a cloud version. But
it can't be. I don't think it can be native. I don't think it would work.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe on the next Switch, whenever that, because by then you get Super Street Fighter 6.
I know. I mean, Monster Hunter Rise is in RE Engine as well. Obviously, Street Fighter 6 would need to be massively toned down, but I don't know if now that they've made Switch compatible with RE Engine, if it could be scaled down in that way or not. I'm just a Street Fighter slut, so
yeah,
it's where I.
I'm looking forward to Street Fighter.
Yeah, I am too. I'm very happy.
Earlier, you said you don't buy fighting games at Smash's launch. Was that a joke?
No, it's actually not a joke. The reason is because every single fighting game besides Smash gets a Game of the Year version later with all the DLC. That's why I don't buy them at launch. Because
so you're not going to play Street Fighter 6 until then?
I'm gonna I'll probably play it at friends' houses and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not gonna.
You're dedicated. Respect.
I'm not. Yeah. Well, I can't even do that. I can't even buy Mortal Kombat Day 1 anymore because, I mean, right? Like I can, right? But the season passes.
You can just buy it twice.
It's like $20. Yeah, it's like $20 or $30 for a season pass, and then who knows how many seasons they do. and then they have a bunch of skins that are outside of the season pass. And at the end of the day, if I just wait, I'll get a $40 version that has everything and not be missing anything.
Yeah, but when no one's playing it.
Yeah, but I don't really play online much.
Oh, that's fair.
And if I do, it's with friends. So
do you ever play Street Fighter like arcades?
There are not really many arcades near me anymore. There is one, and I've played on it a little bit, but it's more of a novelty than anything because we're only going to be there for a few hours, and we're probably going to spend time with games that we don't usually get to play, like the weird stuff that's there, as opposed to like
Street Fighter
or Mortal Kombat or whatever.
I do sort of want to try Street Fighter next time I'm at the arcade, though. They have a bunch of 5 machines.
I had this is a slight aside, but we got a Street Fighter 2 cabinet. Wasn't World Warriors. I want to say it was the New Challengers, I want to say. The one that adds the 4 boss characters playable. We got a cabinet from my teacher in high school. And it turned out being like a real shitty cabinet or whatever, but it was like cheap, and he just, we gave it to him so he could play with it, like internally. But it lived in my garage for a night, and that was a very fun night. it was nice having that just for that one night.
Very off topic. What was this podcast about?
E3 or not E3 direct predictions. Okay, well.
That was my list.
That was your list?
That was my list.
That was your list? Okay.
Yeah.
Nintendad, do you have anything else before I introduce the final?
Yeah. I have one more, and that will be
nice.
Silk Song is going to be announced a date for it.
That would be cool. Hopefully we finally see that game. I think that game has reached the point where it would be shown at an event like this. It's not just going to be like a tweet or sending PR to IGN or whatever. Are we going to see Sonic Frontiers at...
Maybe.
Do we want to?
Okay. So I guess the last thing that I want to bring up is, and I'm going to go first on this one so you guys have a few moments to think. I want you to make a go big or go home prediction for this direct. Something that is actually likely, but certainly not guaranteed. Or it could be outlandish, whatever you want. I'm going to go first because I've been saying it for a while and I need to just drive it home, and I'm going to go on the record and say that I think they'll announce a Kirby Game & Watch at the Direct, and maybe even a remaster of Return to Dreamland or something along those lines. They've been doing the Game & Watches every year. Kirby's the primary candidate for Anniversary Game & Watch right now. Hal said they're doing more Kirby Anniversary projects. We know they have the concert coming. And I do think it's going to involve more than just merch and concert. So that's mine. I think Kirby Game & Watch is happening. What about you guys?
Can I just be extremely outlandish?
Yeah, you can be extremely outlandish.
Donkey Kong bongos are back for the Switch.
God.
That's all I got.
Wow, okay. Alright, you heard it here first when Donkey Konga 4 gets announced. Alright, what about you, Nintendad?
Is an outlandish thing? I'm gonna say...
Oh yeah, let's make it happen.
Super Mario Odyssey DLC.
Return to Delfino Plaza.
Now.
Give me Punch-Out too, just because I want it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a game we didn't mention that I think has a potential of being there. Bayonetta 3 we didn't mention.
Oh, I forgot about Bayonetta 3.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Do we have a date for that yet?
If that's there, doesn't it change the time that it would be the direct? It would have to be an evening direct,
I think
right?
they still said second half of this year for Bayo 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still 2022.
Yeah, Bayo
They just
will
don't
show
have a
up.
date.
That I
Yeah.
feel pretty comfortable saying.
Yeah,
He'll
that would be
up.
a good one to see.
I think, based on what you were saying about Kirby, I think we will get a mouthful mode Kirby DS
Oh,
Lite.
just a
Or,
giant
I would love a
Switch
new
Lite.
DS Lite
Not DS Lite.
this year, though. That would be so cool.
A, yeah. Well, yeah, a Switch Lite, but it's gonna look like Kirby in mouthful mode, like
funny.
Kirby
if
just
they did
ate the Switch Lite.
mouthful mode, or a Kirby edition Switch OLED, I'd probably drop dead and buy it.
Oh, we should get a new Switch Pro controller. It's been so long.
Yeah, we can make it Sonic Frontiers.
Bayonetta 3 themed, so keep it away from the kids.
I think the most outlandish thing I can think of is the month after this direct, they're going to announce that either the end of August, beginning of September, they're going to have a Nintendo Switch Lite OLED.
I have another prediction. They'll at this E3, Mr. Zelda's going to come out and he's going to say, I was kidding about Breath of the Wild 2 being delayed. It was a joke.
I think I love how all this outlandish stuff that we're saying, and not one of us said they'll show Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, that can't happen. Just impossible.
Yeah, we're not that outlandish.
All right. Well, I think we've predicted and guessed and hoped and prayed for just about everything in the universe.
And we'll do another pod after the direct to show how right we were and how we got everything spot on.
Yeah, everything here that we mentioned will show up. Absolutely all of it. Yeah. Switch Lite Kirby
Switch
Edition
Lite
OLED.
OLED.
So yeah, first off, thank you, Nintendad, for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, so much.
Second, some housekeeping.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Nintendo. I almost said the wrong one. NintendoPipeline.wordpress.com still exists. You can get a link to our Discord there, or go to discord.gg/NintendoPipeline. There is what else? I know there's something else.
We post our videos on YouTube and Discord.
Yeah,
YouTube and Discord.
Discord.
It's almost 12. Sorry.
Yeah.
On YouTube and any place you can find podcasts. Apple, Android,
Stitcher.
Slacker, is that one? Stitcher.
Yeah, you were close. Breaker, I think Breaker's one.
That sounds like one.
Yeah, Anchor. You can listen to them directly on Anchor.
Spotify? Did we say Spotify?
Oh yeah, Spotify. So yeah, I guess if you're hearing this and you haven't already, and you like it, feel free to subscribe. We appreciate it.
Give us a review on iTunes. Give us a thumbs up. Tell your
smash that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button. Ring that bell.
And thank you also for if you're listening to this, for listening to our 50th episode, whether you've just listened to this one or you've listened to all of them, or because you hate yourself. We will have more coming soon. And actually, one other thing, Nintendad, where can people find you?
You could find me pretty much everywhere at SuperNintendad, and I have a Nintendo podcast, N to the O, a Nintendo show.
Awesome.
And you can find that
so
where
definitely check
podcasts are.
Nintendad out. We will leave some info in the description. I know you basically have gameplay of like every Switch game that comes out every week on your channel. So if there's something that you're looking for and you haven't seen much of it, you'll probably get some coverage on Nintendad's YouTube channel. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next time. See ya.
Peace out.